know it, you are in your 50s, 60s, you can't do the shifts you were doing anymore. They have taken your money and you are broke. No energy. Hi guys, it's lilymutamztv, also known as lilymutamztv. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I am so blessed to have all of you on my YouTube channel and watching my videos. This video is about Nigerian pastors that are exposing themselves slowly during this difficult time for the whole world. About 1.6 billion people have been on lockdown due to the current situation of the C virus. And so many people before were spreading rumors that black people cannot contract the virus, and a story of this young man, Zororo Makamba, broke my heart yesterday when I got hold of the story. Zororo Makamba is a Zimbabwean born and raised young man that traveled to New York for business. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but I know he's a YouTuber. He was running a YouTube channel. I believe it's in America, and he traveled to Zimbabwe. But before getting to Zimbabwe, he was first of all in South Africa. Then when he got to Zimbabwe, being a young man at 30 years old, he found himself in 2 nightclubs. And then on Saturday, he started having the symptoms of the coronavirus and he died. Many people have said he had underlying issues. He just had a tumor being removed from him just last year, and obviously he was vulnerable to the coronavirus. And it just shows that the coronavirus is easily caught, especially when you're traveling. And I am so grateful to all the presidents of Africa and the world that have decided on a lockdown. It's very important. Please stay home. Stay home. Unless you have to go to work, like some of us, I look after elderly people. I have to give them medication, and because they've been on a lockdown for a long time as well, for more than 2 weeks now, we haven't had any visitors in care homes all over the UK, because they are elderly people who are vulnerable, and children as well at home. So my kids at home, they're not going to school until September, and borders are shut. I'm sure you know that already. Obviously, it may be a challenging time for everybody, difficult time. Some jobs, you may not even get paid. Some people are on 0 contract hours, and some are lucky enough to even get some form of payment from their workplaces. For example, McDonald's and KFC, they've closed, and I believe the government will be chipping in as well for people who are on lockdown. But this is not what I really wanted to say. Obviously, I just wanted us to know about the awareness of the coronavirus. And I came across 2 videos, in fact 3, from Nigerian pastors. It's always a Nigerian pastor making headline. And that is why they have spiritual sons everywhere. They follow them all over the world because they make themselves believable. And I just laugh at people that follow some of these guys. The first one, Ashimolowo. Ashimolowo is a pastor of King's Way. Is it King's Way? King's International Ministries in the UK, KICC. A church that has been here for many years, more than 20 years ministry. And during the time when he came, it was easy, obviously, to set up a church, and he registered this church as a charity, and the UK government every year contributes money towards him because it's a charity. And in when were the Olympics? 2012, 13, 14, somewhere there. During the Olympics in the UK, his church used to be right in Stratford. The government paid him a huge sum of money, I believe, to move location, and they've moved some of our. I've seen their buses picking up people in London when they want to go to church. But I've heard a lot of things about their ministry, and I've never been bothered because, I mean, I can tell. I don't need somebody to tell me that in this church they will never help you. I can tell. I know loyal people that used to go to the church that never got even £1 help. Now, Pastor Ashimolowo came online through a broadcast asking his members to pay tithes and offerings during this period. For who? He wants tithes and offerings instead of wondering or asking people to say, how are you going to survive? Because he's a millionaire, by the way. He sells books. So you can be asking your members at least to find out who is affected. Can you register? Email the church office. Let's see if you need food. So we should bring you food. If you need a small allowance of £20 per family or something like that, at least send some food to these people. You are worried about people's offering. I was very, very disappointed when I saw that, because the whole world is at standstill right now. Borders are shut, and all you think about is offering, because you want to have the money. I mean, if I ask, what is the offering for? Because they are not in your church, they're not having church service. The light bill is your bill now. All the other expenses, they are your bills. Besides, the government gives you the money. So I just saw this to say, you see, the coronavirus has come in a way that God is also exposing some of these people that call themselves men of God, that are posing on social media, posing wherever, and making people think that they are men of God, and yet their intentions are not clear. You are more worried about tithes and offerings instead of finding out if your people are safe. Right now, children are not allowed in schools. Some parents can't even go to work. How are they going to feed these children? That should be your concern. How many mothers do we have here, single mothers do we have in the church that will need support from the ministry? You register online and you send food, not you asking for money. And that is why, the UK government needs to, try and prune all these churches. Why would somebody, this is very insensitive of him to even be asking for money at this critical time. It's very utterly insensitive. Even if a parent has to work now to go to any care home or hospital, they need to organize childcare, which is within the rules of the government, because the government has said everybody must stay home. So we have to ask a family member who is within the household to look after the children, and because that family member is not working, do you think they'll babysit for free? At least we have to give them something. So you can't be there thinking of money. Another pastor also asked for money, a Nigerian pastor. And I'm not putting their videos because what Apostle Suleiman did to me is shocking. I shared a small clip of Apostle Suleiman, 1 minute 45 seconds, just saying, oh, look at what Apostle Suleiman is saying about the coronavirus. And the man went straight to YouTube for me to be copyright striked. As if I said anything negative. Look at Apostle Makandiwa. We've shared his videos. Just appreciate it. Look at even Pastor Alf Lokau. He's even better than Apostle Suleiman. And then a Nigerian YouTuber told me that because of Suleiman, her channel of 300,000 subscribers was taken down because he gave her 2 copyright strikes. And it got me thinking, are you a man of God or are you in business? Because if you are a true man of God and people are sharing the message that you've said, say, look at what this man of God is saying, why would you go straight to YouTube to copyright strike? When you can contact, that's why we put our email details there. In case of anything, please contact us. If you want to, there's even a 7 days take down notice that you can tell YouTube, say, can you tell this person to take down the video 7 days or they'll have a copyright strike. But you straight copyright strike. It made me realize that he is fake. I don't care for those of you who follow him. He is a fake person. Fake. Because you cannot order your team to be copywriting striking people when you know that people are just, it's not everybody that talks about you negatively. Some of us were talking about you positively, and then you do that to me? For what? Well, that aside, by their fruits you shall know them, because you only want people to follow you on your channel for you to trend. No problem. At least we now know who you really are. And then there's Pastor TB Joshua, who says the coronavirus will end. Is it on the 27th of March? Man of God, please. It's not everything that you need to comment on. You are not a spokesman for the world. God has not placed you on this world to be a spokesman. I mean, you think the whole world is foolish. This is what I don't understand. Some churches in Nigeria even gather despite the government even putting an order. No, we will gather. There's coronavirus everywhere. And if you are not careful, people will catch it in your church, all in the name of you wanting people to gather so that you should receive offering. Do not send a false message to people that the coronavirus is ending on the 27th of March, because it is not ending now. We might be fighting this for the next 2 years because the economies right now have been disturbed. What is it that it's always a Nigerian pastor that has to say something? Always. I mean, are they the only ones that hear from God that they have to come out and say, you must pay your tithe, you must pay your offering? No, nobody's paying their tithe and offering because they have no jobs. They don't even know if they're going to get any salaries. Especially the ones even in Africa, they don't even know if their workplaces will even give them salaries. Because, you know, there's no welfare system in most African countries, except a few countries. So don't be there asking people for their money. And don't be there, you as an individual, listening to one man of God telling you on the 27th, coronavirus will end. Coronavirus is not ending on the 27th of March. Please do not listen to false teachings. And that is why I like Apostle Makandiwa. Prophet Makandiwa. Listen to his message. I shared a video. Listen to the way he outlined the whole series about the coronavirus and how God was showing him that there was going to be a virus that was going to affect people, a disease, he called it. And look at the way he's encouraging people to pray. He's not telling people to say it will end on this day. No. Time will come for it to pass, but it will affect a lot of people and a lot of people will die. Yours is to be telling people to pray for protection. Because you are not God, and God has not spoken to you to tell people that coronavirus is ending on the 27th of March. That is sending false information, which you can even be held accountable by even the International Human Rights Court, ICC. Because you are now depriving people of their own human rights to get the right information from the online domains and the local governments that are saying that coronavirus is in place, stay in the house. Please do not pay any tithe to any pastor that is asking for tithe online because you have no church service. You don't have to. You can either look for people that are donating food somewhere, contribute and help those who are homeless, who are living in poverty, that may need that money. Not a rich pastor, a billionaire pastor lives in £5 million mansion in the UK and you want to be giving them money. If you want people to give you money, go and sell your house. Remortgage it or sell it and donate money to poor people, because so many people right now are struggling. That is so selfish. Watch the video by Apostle Makandiwa, Prophet Makandiwa. Listen to what he says. He accounts for each and everything that is going on. It's even better to even listen to what Siawan even said. This is a battle between China and Europe and America, and not us. But obviously we are affected. But then you are now sending a message of, oh, coronavirus is not going to last. It will end on the 27th. Hey, you think the governments are down when they've told people to stay home for the next 6 months, especially children? And some gullible people will be there saying, my father has spoken. One lady on Facebook was saying, oh, she's planning to travel on the 27th because TB Joshua said that coronavirus will end. You will die. You will not even last. So please, my people, do not listen to any fake man of God that is posing as a man of God and telling you people to send tithe and offering. It is not biblical. Imagine when Moses was crossing on the Red Sea, and then he is busy demanding people, oh, guys, even in this tragedy right now, can you bring your tithe and offering? It's only selfish preachers that do that. Only a selfish preacher who doesn't even think about the welfare of the people. And that is why the Bible tells us, by their fruits you will know them. They are just showing their fruits now. And now you want us to pay offering online. Where is the money coming from if we are not worked? Because there's no jobs. At least, lucky for us, some of the jobs that we're doing, looking after vulnerable people, there's even work. But what about people who work office jobs? Some of them who can't even do anything at the moment. There's no production because they have been shut down. They should bring offering to you because you are Jesus, because you are God. Please, men and women of God, do not worship any pastor. They are just flesh and blood like you and me. The Bible tells us that we have the power within ourselves to declare. This is a time for us to build our relationship with God indoors. And that is why I am happy that even the churches have been shut down. This is a time for you to look and reflect. Guess who you are shut down with in your homes? With your family. This is a time to build relationships with your families. This is a time to look at your old pictures with your families. This is a time to play games with your families. This is a time to look at the things that you can achieve together as a family and not what nonsensical pastor is saying online because they want your money. Do not send any money to any fake pastor. Do not listen to any pastor who says that coronavirus is ending on the 27th, because it is not ending on the 27th. Do not follow any preacher who says, let's have a gathering. God told me, let's meet. Do not meet anywhere. Stay in your house. Protect yourself. When you die, your pastor will not even come to your funeral. Your pastor will not even help your children. So please, protect your children. And every money that you have reserved, keep it. Don't give any pastor. That money is for you. It's emergency money, reserve money that you will use. At least for the next 3 months, will be a bit behind. Thank God, the president of Uganda has even stated that landlords should not ask for money from Ugandans for the next 3 months. I don't know how that is going to work, but at least there's that room for people to settle down a little bit, and the landlords should be a bit understanding about this. At least landlords should understand about the situation. So you have heard about Zororo Makamba. He's a black guy that has died of coronavirus. You have heard of cases of coronavirus. In my town here, there's loads of positive cases of coronavirus. For the next few months, the tourism industry will suffer. The British pound is suffering at the moment as well. And it's not a great situation for everybody. And the only people who seem to have the cure of the coronavirus is China. The Chinese people know what they are doing. It's not in my place to say those things, but we know that the coronavirus started in China. So they know how it started, and they know how they have managed to spread the virus worldwide. And it's not even a great situation. So with the whole situation, it got me reflecting about the importance of love and the importance of looking up to God in every situation. This is a time for you to build a relationship with God. Pubs are closed. This is God's doing. Pubs, where people go, nightclubs are closed. Churches are closed. All social gatherings have been closed. This is a disease that God can easily heal. But he wants us to also reflect on our relationship with him. What is your relationship with God? Do you seek on him, or do you depend on one pastor to tell you bring tithe and offering? Do you seek on him, or do you depend on one pastor to lie to you that you need to wait for the 27th? That's when the coronavirus is going to end. God is looking for real believers, Christians that seek his face, those that depend on his word, not people that are depending on prophets and prophecies. And that is why for me, even when I share about CR1, it's because of the exposure of the things that these guys do that I bring out. Look at what J. Israel has done. He has even refused to associate himself with Alf Locale. Why? Because by their fruits you will know them. And he says he doesn't have any spiritual father. The video is on my channel. He is depending on God to be his father. This is a time for you to depend on God to be a father, not on what prophet. I reflected on so many situations in my life. And I said, there are some times when I'll be looking for love in people. And they let me down because they don't care. People don't care because all they want is what they can get from you. What they can get from you. Send me money. Give me this. Give me that. Give me that. At the end of the day, they are not even thinking about you. So I've reflected a lot about myself, and I said, look, if I'm stupid, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, I'll be an old woman who hasn't got the energy to do the shifts I'm doing. And I'll be saying, why didn't I build a house for my children? And therefore I decided, for my children, I will build them 4 flats. Because they are the ones who will look after me when I'm old. They will never abandon me. But friends will abandon me. Lovers will abandon me. My children will not abandon me. So I am looking at investing in my children. This is a message for you as well. Invest in your children. Invest in your family. Look at Ashimolowo. If he cares about you, would he be asking for your tithe and offering? He doesn't care whether your children have eaten. The other pastor, he doesn't care whether you have eaten. They all don't care. They don't give a damn. They just want your money. So whether it's your relationship with a man of God or relationship with a boyfriend or a husband or whatever, it is time for you to reflect on the relationship with you and your children. Invest in your children. I've had men that have invested in their children with my makeup products. Beautiful you. For those of you who don't know, I'm wearing my own lipstick called Yola Brown. They've invested in their children so that the children can set up a business, open shops. That is what a parent should do. Not chasing after pastors. This pastor will say, bring 1,000 seed. This pastor will say, bring 2,000 seed. This pastor will say this and this. Before you know it, you are in your 50s, 60s. You can't do the shifts you are doing anymore. They have taken your money and you are broke. No energy. And it's your children now who are there to look after you. Daddy, mommy, what do you need? Where is this church? Nowhere to be seen. The pastor is enjoying in his Bentley, 100,000 Bentley, 100,000 pounds. Enjoying in a 5 million pounds mansion. And you are there, probably even in a care home. Don't waste your time. And that is why for me, I've reflected a lot and said, look, even this business I'm doing, it's not for me, it's an investment for my children. For them to carry on the legacy. They'll probably make it even bigger than I'm doing it now. So that is where my focus is. If I can build something for my children, it's better than investing in people, ordinary people who don't love me. Because people will pretend they love you, but they don't. So this is what I have reflected about. And I know I will show you my journey about what I am doing for my children in a few months' time to come. so that you too can reflect on the mistakes you've made and say, I need to do this for my children. Don't waste your time. My dad, I'll give you an example of my own father. My dad spent most of his times socializing with his friends. Most of his times. As long as he was off, most of his times he would socialize with his friend. They had a club called the Flyers Club. Now, when he died, where are his friends today? None of them even call my mother and say, do you have mealie meal today? Do you have food in the house today? How are the children? Have you paid their school fees? Have you sorted out the electricity? No. He's gone. He would buy Shiva's Red Bull, duty free. He would buy all those cognac, expensive whiskeys to entertain his friends. But when it came to the journey of when he's dead and he's no longer on earth, we, his children, are on our own. Nobody to even call and say, you were daddy's friend, help me. No. We stand on our 2 feet. And because God is faithful, he has even made it possible for some of us to even be able to establish ourselves. So don't make that mistake in putting your hopes in pastors. You are wasting your time. Don't. That is why God has even allowed the coronavirus to take place. To see whether you will call on him or you'll be still looking for one pastor that will tell you, bring my tithe online. Don't. In exceptional circumstances, you can send money, but not where you know this person is filthy rich and he still wants your money. They don't care about you. Thank you so much, guys. It's a girl, lilymutamztv, also known as Ghetto Wapazet.
Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button, and follow me on all social media platforms. It's simply at lilymutamztv.